What is up, Need for Speed racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut, and we're here with the S-Class Ferrari Testarossa. This car has the highest obtainable top speed in S-Class that I have found, that I have driven, and it is nuts. I don't say it's the best because it is sluggish in other areas, but there are some top speed tracks like Fishhook or Rapid Transit that you can get going like 224 in this car, and that is nuts. Like, I walk on everything. When this car gets up to speed, you are just truly trucking, and it is a pleasure to drive. And so we had to bring it to you guys. Nil was working on this one, and like all things that Nil does, it's usually just bar none the most amazing thing we can do. So here we are. I'm bringing it to you. Let's dig right in. Huge shout out to my man Nil for the build. This car is nuts. It is so fun. It's fun. You go into public playlists and just you go flying by people, because there's a bunch of people in S-Class that have like 180 mile an hour builds, and so they cap out at 180, and then you pass them going 45 mile an hour faster than them, or 42 mile an hour, however fast you're going, and it's just like you really do fly by them like they're standing still, and it's great. It is great. It's a lot of fun. Let's dig into it. For the engine for this build, you are running the first motor, the basic iron 4.9 liter V8, 225 brake horsepower when we start. From there, in the parts, you are running basic iron induction. You are running elite platinum ECU. You are running gold super fuel system. You are running gold super exhaust. Elite platinum roots supercharger. Sport bronze nitrous. Elite platinum road suspension. Sport bronze brakes. Elite platinum grip tires. Sport bronze clutch. Sport bronze 4-speed transmission. Each gear is worth about 50 or 60 mile an hour in this car. It is nuts. For that reason, it suffers a little bit for the acceleration portion because the gears are so long that it's a little slow getting there, but I have no problem doing very well in this car. If you're a good driver, this car is really going to surprise a lot of people. It just has such a crazy top speed that you actually can hit in some of the playlists that I had to bring it to you. I had to. It's too fun to not drive. Elite platinum differential. Nitrous drift. Nitrous grip for our auxiliaries. Working on the micro drifts. Those are the auxiliaries I use for that. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys. It helps the video get a little traction out in the world and more people see it. So thank you so much. Please do that. Leave a comment. Whatever. Handling. Full Beyonce. 100% to the left. Steering sensitivity. I'm 2 clicks to the right of center. I could probably go a little higher. This car does not turn super sharp. That's one of the downfalls, is it likes to make long, wide corners. It's really fast. I mean, it is the fastest car in S-Class that you can actually do 220 anything and get there in the playlist. There's plenty of other cars you can build for the high top speed, but you never get there. This one actually does, and so that's what's really excited about it. But it doesn't turn as good as I'd like it to. One of the downfalls. Downforce. I am 2 clicks to the left of center. 1, 2. You can go to the right and you can make it less, but I think that it needs the least amount of downforce possible, and right there is where I could get before it dips into the 330 range. Traction control is off. Drift entry is brake tap. Like I said before, this car is the fastest in S-Class that I've driven top speed. Doesn't mean it's the best, doesn't mean that top speed somehow makes it better than the god tier Nissan Skyline, because it doesn't. But just being able to obtain 220 anything on like Fishhook is just, it gives me the giggles. It's so fun, and if somebody does get in front of you, you just walk them down going so fast. It is just a pleasure. I love it. It says the top speed is 217. That's not true. It does 224 all day long. 0 to 60 doesn't matter. 940 on the horsepower, 1106 on the torque, and believe me, we need all of that to push through the 4-speed. So it's a really fun car. We launch in second gear because second gear takes you to like 111 or 115 or something like that. Just crazy. Like second gear goes for days. And then you click into third and fourth. If you're an automatic driver, it's fine. This car will launch in first gear, take you to about 60, shift into second. You won't have any problems with this car as an auto player. It'll drive really similar to what it does for the manual players, guys. Other than that, stay tuned for the gameplay footage. This car is an animal. It's a lot of fun to drive. One thing I do need to touch on for the gameplay footage, I've moved into a new terminology, just like I do with the parts for bronze, silver, gold, platinum, elite. The reason I went to those colors is because if English is not your first language, or you are consuming my content in any other country that's not America, elite is not even a word that is translated correctly, and that's not even used in the game in some cases for other people based on what language they're playing the game in. And so if I say elite roots supercharger, they have no idea what I'm talking about. If I say platinum, platinum translates a lot better, so there's a lot of more folks that are on the same page. They understand what we're doing. I'm now taking another step with the terminology. I'm moving into boost and NOS. Yellow bar is boost. When you do a grip turn or a boost turn, we're using our yellow bar to accelerate or to turn with. When you hit a gas station and you top up your NOS, that is our blue bar. Blue bar nitrous, yellow bar boost. NOS, boost. There's a lot of other terms that are floating around. Tron turns, some other terminology as well. It's confusing for non-English speakers, and I'm trying to make this as easy and understandable to anyone that watches the videos. And so that's why I'm moving to this terminology. I'm not saying what I'm doing is right. I'm just trying to make it as digestible for anybody that's watching it to get that and understand that. So work with me on that. That's what I'm talking about in the videos. I am thankful for all of you guys worldwide. The Cornnut crew is global. Come hang out on the Discord. Come and join us. There's a link over there on my About Me page on YouTube. We race all the time. We've got a great community. We'd love to have you. We've got a lot of people that are non-English speakers that cannot communicate with us, but they still hang out in the call just to hear us laughing and to know what playlist we're getting into and to get on server with us. So regardless of where you're at and where you're at a skill level, it doesn't matter. We accept everybody. We're happy to have you. Thank you guys so much. Please like, subscribe, follow, interact with the video. Stay tuned for the gameplay footage. Watch this thing turn into a rocket ship and set land speed records in S-Class. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. Alright, this track is going to be one of the weaker tracks for this car because it's got a lot of tight corners and we've got very, very long gear ratios. We launched this car in second gear because second gear will take us to 120 mile an hour. Smoke Show is a good track. You can chain a lot of the turns together. So we boost, get another boost, use it in that turn, get a grip turn and a small drift, and we just continue to use our boost as we acquire it to keep our speed up. We are fighting with RC. He's in the same car as us, and so we are just walking away from our opponents. You'll see that we're in third gear going 160. It's insane. It doesn't accelerate quite as fast as the S-Class Nissan Skyline GTR, so we do have to make up for that with driver ability. But if you're looking for a car that's got some really long legs, it is this one. We're chaining all these turns together. We use our boost to turn tight. We get another grip turn there to give us yellow boost. I use it before it runs out. We go a little wide. I drift. Yellow boost. Boom. Get another one. Use it immediately. We're doing all of these boost turns. I'm hitting the boost as I'm turning. It's making the car turn sharper and be very stable. And it's allowing us to really just get and break away from the pack. The only person that is even on the same playing field as us is RC, and he's in the same car. So you can see the kind of stretch you can put on your opponents if you are driving the car to its fullest. If you struggle with chaining your boost turns together and getting those grip turns, This might not be the card for you because it does require you to carry momentum, because it doesn't accelerate nearly as hard as some of the other cars in the S-Class, just because it's got such long gearing. Damn, it's fast, but it just doesn't have all the pieces. There are some trade-offs. But regardless, it is a fun car to drive. RC is chaining those turns together very well, just getting boost after boost. We're going to tuck him behind him, try to draft. We're going to use it right away to get a nice tight corner. We're going to follow him on the on-ramp. This is the line. You always want to go up and then come down. Use this hill to your advantage. Use the boost as soon as we get it. Now we're up to speed. We are both trucking. I'm going to get a line here, try to go out to the left of him. I take the inside. He turns a little wider than we do. I get in the back of him. Everything goes pretty south. We end up not getting a grip turn for that corner, which was a real bummer. But regardless, we're going to use our boost turn here to gain speed. We make up some time on him. And then we do one right here and put him in the wall and keep going. Gotta do what you gotta do. Last corner. Alright, fish hook. Now this is the track where this car starts to shine. My goodness, is it fun to drive. You're not going to dominate every playlist in it because it is a little sluggish accelerating, but my god, there's nothing else that does this kind of speed in S-Class. We launch in second. We take that to about 120 is when we click into third. Our buddy Kildet is up there in the RSR. That's a very good car in S-Class. But as soon as we get up next to him, we click into fourth, and at 180 he falls off. We say goodbye, and we move along our merry way. I like to be an oncoming. I like to use the boost to my advantage. At this point, I'm just trying to stay on the track. This thing is nuts, and it gets rowdy. If you get a little out of shape, it'll bounce on you. This car is nuts because you're going way faster than I think it's designed for. But look at us, guys. We're going 218. We have to turn a little bit so we lose some speed, but we'll hit 220 before the end of the straightaway. And we e-brake in. Set the line. We're in third gear. Just holding that oncoming. Getting as much nitrous as we can. We're going to use that plus our boost right here. Boom, boom. Hit the gas station, top up our nitrous, and back to speed. Our only competition is RC, and that's because he's in the same car that we are. He is like me in a lot of ways. The guy likes going fast. So if you have a need for speed and you like to see the high top speed numbers, this is the car. It is very fun to drive. We're just staying tight, getting a nice grip turn there, using all of our NOS to get back up to speed, using the boost once we get it. If you can use your nitrous and you can use your boost to get this car up to the top end, that's where you're going to really start pulling away from people, because once you're going 180 plus, this literally starts to walk from dang near every single car. The exception being the Skyline GTR. That thing is fast right up until it hits its top speed. And then this has got a top speed that's like 15 mile an hour faster, so there is that. Regardless, this thing's just a baller. Just hanging out in second gear or third gear. We're going to use all of our nitrous. We're going to use all of our boost. And now watch the top speed on this thing. We're just going to climb. There's very little turn between here and the finish, so we get to really stretch it. I passed a guy in a pub lobby because I crashed earlier, and I must have been going 40 mile an hour faster than him because he was like standing still. This car is so fun to drive, you guys. Alright, last race of the playlist, Rapid Transit. This is a lot of fun in this car. It's rewarding if you drive it correctly. Not going to set any record times in this car, but in a playlist against people in a pub lobby, you're going to do just fine. Now, we've got our man Hex. He's in the BMW Legends Edition that we just built the other day. We've got, I think it's A. He's in the exact same car as us. And we've got our buddy RC. He's over there in the Lamborghini. Lamborghini is really fast, but I believe the tune he's using only does about 190. So we're going to be able to get some speed on him, no problem. We just make a good grip turn there, get as much boost as possible. We're going to build it up in the draft. I wait till we get to around 2 bars, but it doesn't quite get there before we fall out of touch with him as a draft, and so I just used it to get back up to speed. We're going 200 mile an hour when we hit the dirt. you're going to lose about 20 mile an hour in that dirt every single time. In that case, we lost about 30 because we kind of bounced around a little bit. But like I said, he's only does about 190, so as soon as we get in excess of that, we start to walk away from him. And you'll just see the yardage just constantly gains. Now that we're going 215, we are just saying au revoir to our friend. Train is cheeky. It was coming in. We had to take a crazy line there to not hit it. Very close. I should be shifting here soon as we use the boost. You want to use all of your boost and all of your nitro out of that corner to get as much acceleration as possible. Carry as much speed down the hill as possible, and then use everything again to get back up to speed. You want to hit the dirt carrying as much momentum as possible. I don't know if there's a trick or a secret or what needs to be done to carry speed through there, but I haven't figured it out yet. I use all of my NOS around this corner. This is one big grip turn, so as soon as we straighten out, we get almost 3 bars of boost. We're going to use it. We're going to accelerate. Notice we hit the dirt every lap going right around 215. We are cooking in this car. And it's really fun because people that are in slower cars, they might be ahead of you, but when you're going that much faster than them, you really do walk on them. And it's very exciting when somebody's topped out and you just blow by them like they're standing still. It puts a smile on my face for sure. So we got all of our NOS, we got all of our boost used up. I like to play the middle here so that way I don't have to worry about oncoming traffic or traffic in our lane either way. That was probably the best line through the dirt that we've taken this whole race. We still lost around 25 miles an hour, so it's tough. One big grip turn. As soon as we got it, we're going to use all of our boost, get up to speed, and we're going to cross the line doing 220. This car is fast. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.